friends, it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a card using Lawn Fawn's Cake It Easy, Hive 5, Den Sweet Den, You're a Keeper, and the Yappy Birthday add-on. And since I'm going to be coloring bears, I'm going to open up my little photo album where I keep my color reference charts, and I'm going to flip to the page where I colored bears in 8 different ways. I'll leave that open off to the side so that I can use that as a reference as I choose my colors. My images are stamped in Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink, and I'll be coloring with my Copic markers. I am going to be coloring bear number 4 from that reference chart. So I'm using E30, E31, E33, and E35. Starting with the E35 and laying in my shadows. I'm placing those down the right hand side of the bear since she is facing toward the left. And then when I do the baby bear, I'm going to reverse it. Since he's facing toward the right, I'm going to put his shadows down the left. That way their faces stay nice and light. And then I'm going to come in with the E33 and start to blend that out. And by the way, I do have videos for that reference sheet with the 8 different ways to color bears, and also all of the other critters that I have created reference sheets for, and they are in my Ways to Color Critters playlist on my channel. So once I finished with the E33, I brought in the E31, and I realized right away that this marker was running really dry, and I was struggling so hard to get this blended. You can see that I'm kind of working over it again and again, trying to get enough ink onto the paper so that it's going to blend with the previous shade, but it really just wasn't going very well. I had to actually stop the video and add some ink into that E31 marker and then do a second layer off screen to kind of smooth out the blend. You'll see that result in a minute. But yeah, if your markers are running dry, you're just not going to get good results. But I used the E30 for my highlight shade. I added that on the belly area and also a little bit of that to the muzzle, and then blended that out with the E000. And here you can see the results after I refilled that E31 and then did my second layer. It's still not a perfect blend, but that's just because the markers were so dry to begin with. I definitely need to do a marker maintenance day really soon. I'm just struggling to find a time when I can do it. Just working a lot these days. But I'm going to continue coloring the opening of my hive with these shades and also the little honey wand. I'm moving on to my next combo, which is going to be Y11, YR20, YR21, and YR24. For the outer part of the hive, I'm actually using only the YR shades, so the 3 darkest that you see there. And I'm taking that YR24 and adding a little bit of a shadow to the outer edge. And then I also decided to add it across each line to give a little bit more separation to the layers. And then I'm going to blend out that YR24 with the YR21, just coloring right over the edge of that YR24 and breaking up that harsh line so I get a nice smooth blend. And then I'm going to fill in with the YR20. Then I'll move down to the cake and I'm going to color in the frosting with these shades. I wanted this to look like there was honey poured over the top and it's kind of dripping down the sides. So I'm going to start with that YR24 again. I'll blend out with the YR21, then add in the YR20, but this time I'm going to also add in the Y11, which is going to warm it up quite a bit and just give it a little bit more of a rich golden tone. I'm just coloring right over the YR20 with that. I'm going to do that same technique for the honey in the jar, just starting with the darkest shades on the outside edges and blending toward the center, and then adding in that Y11. And then I'm going to keep that Y11 and add in Y13 and Y15. And I'll use this combo for my bees. I was trying to decide where to place my shadows, but I decided to place it up at the top, just so when I add the rosy cheeks later on, it's not going over the darkest shade, it'll be over the lightest shade. And then I'm also going to add a yellow ribbon to the top of the honey jar. So I'm starting with the Y15, blending out with the Y13, and then using that Y11 for a nice little highlight. Also, the wings, I figured on top of the bee would be casting a little bit of a shadow, so that's why I put it up top. And I also colored in the center pennant banner in that yellow combo. Then I'm going to move on to some minty greens. I'm using G00, G00, G02, and G03. For the bees' wings, I started out with just the lightest two shades just to give them a tiny little bit of something, but I wanted a bit more contrast, so I added in just a touch of that G02. And then I'm going to do the little cloth topper of the honey jar, starting with the G02 and also the two little party hats and the two pennant banners on either end. So putting that darkest in first and then blending out with the G00, and I'll use that G00 for a nice highlight. I really had this vision in mind for this card that was mostly yellows and mint greens with a little bit of neutral shades thrown in. So for the grasses, I did add in the G03 just to make those look a little bit distinct, blended out with the G02 and then the G00. For the bottom part of my cake, I brought in E40, E41, and I tried to use E42, but it was another one of those markers that was just completely dry, and so I had to switch to the E43, which is a little bit darker than I wanted to go, but I just tried to use as little of it as possible, just so there's a bit of definition around the edges and around that honey that's dripping down. And then I'm going to blend over the edge of that with the E41, just really pull that darkest color into this mid-tone and soften it up a bit before I switch to the highlight shade, which is going to be the E40. I'm going to fill in the rest of that. And then I'm going to let that dry for a minute and move on to the label of my honey jar and the last two pennant banners. Again, only using the tiniest smidge of that E43 and really blending it out with the E41 and then adding in the E40. I also did the E40 for the other two little streamers on top of the party hats. And then I'm going to add some dot detail to the cake with the E43 and the E41. It just kind of gives it like a crumb texture, which I think is really nice. All that's left is to give my critters some rosy cheeks. I'm going to use R20 and R22 for that, adding the R22 first in a little oval shape on the bear's cheeks, blending out with the R20, and then I'll do the same thing with my bees. They are super tiny, so I'm using the smallest dot that I can manage, and then just blending over that. And then I'm going to trim all of these images out with their matching dies. For my focal panel, I've die cut a piece of Bristol smooth surface cardstock with the second largest of the lacy rectangle stackables. And I'm going to do a really simple watercolor wash background. I haven't done one of these in a while, and they're just so simple and easy, especially on a card when you have a lot of images and your background isn't going to really show very much anyway. I just think these are so pretty, and especially I think they work so great for springtime. I mean, they work any time of year, but the watercolor effect of the Distress Oxide inks makes them even paler, and so it just seems to fit with those spring pastels. And I think the sloppier you do this, the nicer it ends up looking. I'm purposely trying to create patches that are a little bit lighter and patches that have a little bit more concentrated color. And I used salvage patina for the sky and cracked pistachio for the grass. Once that was completely dry, I popped it in my MISTI so I can stamp my sentiment. And I'm creating a custom sentiment using part from Hive 5 and part from You're a Keeper. And I'm stamping that down in VersaFine Onyx Black ink. Then I'll set that aside to dry and pop my card base in my MISTI, and that is going to be some sticky note cardstock, and I'm stamping in sunflower ink. And I again have a combination from the Hive 5 and the You're a Keeper stamp sets for the images and the sentiment on the inside of this one. I wanted to use some pattern paper on today's card, and I absolutely love this new Blissful Blossoms 6x6. I was trying to see if I could use that scrap of the green cardstock, but it ended up being not quite the right shade for the mint greens that I had done with the Copics. So I decided to save that for another project, and instead I'm going to use the two yellow sheets. I'm going to do the one that has the scattered floral design and also the tone-on-tone leaves. I considered still using like a bigger piece of that green cardstock, but ended up deciding against it because of the Copic colors that I had chosen. So I trimmed these patterns down with the largest of the large stitch rectangle stackables. I'm going to glue the leaf tone-on-tone print to the card base, and that is going to cover the entire front of a standard A2 size card. It is 4 1/4 wide by 5 1/2 tall. And then I'm going to add that floral print right across the center vertically. Just make sure that it's on there nice and straight. And then I can bring in my focal panel. I've added some Scotch 3M foam tape to the back of that to give it some dimension. Just create a little bit of a drop shadow around those lacy rectangle openings. Pop that on my card base and bring in my images. I typically like to start with my largest images first, so I'm going to grab that cake and the mama bear and just figure out where I want them situated. I am imagining that it is Mama Bear's birthday on today's card, and she has gone and swiped the entire beehive out of the tree and just plonked it down on top of her birthday cake, and then all of the honey is running out on top, which is a really nice treat for her and her baby bear. So I tucked the little honey wand into her paw, and then I'm going to tuck her behind the large part of the cake, and I will put that down right in front of her over toward the left-hand side, and then I'll take that beehive and glue that right down on top. Kind of fits perfectly on there, and I just had to shift those a little bit more to the left. I didn't want that beehive covering part of her face, so I just moved it slightly. I did have to kind of peel it off because that glue dries so fast, but I was able to move it without any damage to the card. And then I'm going to take that little pennant banner and hang that from the top of the beehive because, of course, they decorated it, baby and mama, together for her birthday. I'm going to add the additional jar of honey that they have collected from that beehive down toward the bottom. And then I'll have the baby bear kind of holding on to that with his outstretched paw, which I think is so sweet. I love these bears from Den Sweet Den. I have to tell myself sometimes not to use them again because I use them quite a lot, but I just love them. I'm going to add a party hat to each of the bears. Those are from the Yappy Birthday add-on as well. And then I'm going to figure out where I want all of my tiny bees to go. I'll put them down as placeholders so that I can add my little like motion swirly things. I can't think of what else to call those. It's the bee trail. So I'm just going to add that and then tuck a little bee right at the end. And then I'll do the shorter little bee trail over on the left-hand side. I wanted to have all these bees kind of coming out and swarming the air since the mama bee has swiped their hive, but they don't seem too bothered about it because they are smiling. So maybe once they realized that it was her birthday, they were like, well, okay, we get it. So I wanted to have one kind of coming out of the hive as well. So I'm going to add an extra little bee trail and another bee right at the end of that. And then I've got a fourth bee that is going to come down toward the other end of that bee trail, just above the honey jar toward the top of that party hat. Then I have a couple of grasses that are also from the Yappy Birthday add-on. I'll add a larger patch over by Mama Bear and then another one over by the cake. And then I have a smaller little patch of grass that is going to go near the honey jar. And I just want to move that and make sure that it's not covering up the word honey. And then all that's left is to add a bit of sparkle to this card. So I'm going to grab some Stardust Stickles. I'll add that to my bees' wings to make those nice and glittery. I'm also going to add it to any of the honey. So I put it on the jar and also the drips on the cake. And I probably should have put it on that honey wand. In fact, once I was editing the photos, I realized I should have, and so I did add it after the fact. I also added it to the party hats and the pennant banner. And that is going to finish up this card. I'll lift it up and give you another closer look and a peek at the inside. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. I had so much fun bringing this concept to life. I don't know what it is about bears and bees, but I just love them. I hope that you guys do too. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and leave me a comment down below. I love to hear from you. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell if you want to be alerted when I post new videos. The products I use will all be listed and linked in the description bar below in case you'd like to pick up anything for yourself. And if you'd like to keep watching, here are 2 extra videos I thought you might also enjoy. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you soon in the next. Bye-bye.